Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Saga and today we'll be taking a look at the dojo rematches again. As most of you already know, Temtem has already launched and it is at this patch where Yowler and Kinu have been nerfed as well again. And I know that the last method is not working anymore because of the same reason. So I have went ahead and created another team which is also the same variation, works around similar way as well. But it is updated for the latest patch. It will basically work in every single dojo rematch and also the dojo parks as well, and this is kind of guaranteed. I'll attach the gameplay after I explain the team. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So this is the team we have over here, which is updated for this patch. Should work in all scenarios, all rematches on all dojo parks as well. The only thing we changed from the previous team is basically replacing the Yowler with Tateru and replacing the Skunch with a Baboa. I'm not going to go in depth on explaining every single tem choice over here, but I'm just going to go over the important temps that are required for this strategy and explain what is the use of them for the first time watchers. So let me quickly show that. Shuin, as usual, turn 1 Fluid Barrier, turn 2 Quad Shield, turn 3 Sacrifice. If you feel like Shuin is dying on turn 2, in this strategy, you still do not sacrifice on turn 2. You do the Quad Shield only because you want the Tateru, to get that Rage going. And Rage will give you -3 if Shuin is dead. So you don't want to sacrifice, you let it be alive and you get that +4 attack. For Tateru, it's Rage, Major Slash, Held Anger, Energy Slam. A trait can be anything, it doesn't really matter. Double Rage, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 onwards, you one-shot everything. Pretty much straightforward. Major Slash, Held Anger. And then next turn, Major Slash again. Then there will be a turn where you can't click any one of those two items. So if you cannot click on one of those two moves, at that turn you basically rest so that your matchup procs and you get more stamina back. Pig is pretty straightforward. As soon as Shuin dies, you bring the pig in. You bamboozle the Tateru. Turn 2, you stonewall the Tateru, and then Divine Inspiration into Chain Heal, into and so on and so forth. It's basically the only point is to, keep healing the Tateru or the pig. If pig is being banned, then you bring the Kinu in. Again, Kinu, Lifeful Sap turn 1, so that Kaleidoscope will basically pass the Lifeful Sap to Tateru. Revitalize on turn 2, and then, if required, Beta Burst, or else just, do whatever you want with Kinu. Basically, the only point is to keep the Tateru alive in this strategy. As long as Tateru is alive, it can basically kill everything with one-shotting almost. And anything that Tateru cannot one-shot, you can just use a basic attack from any of the secondary temps to basically kill it. One thing to remember is that always attack the opponent tem that is not low on stamina. What I mean is that if there are two temps, one on 10% stamina and one on 80% stamina, you always attack the one with 80% stamina because the 10% one is already going to overexert and then not do anything after all. So you have to focus the one with more stamina. Remember that, this is very important. The Baboa is there again for healing. Revitalized Rule are two options which you can use to heal the Tateru if required. But the only reason why Baboa is added in this team is because Sasaya was basically banning Shuin because of the water typing, so I had to add another water typing and place it on the top of the list to make sure that it gets banned. So now Sasaya will basically ban the Baboa instead of Shuin. Mental Dojo, you start with Valash and Mimit, double madness buff, and basically just one-shot everything after that. I will attach the gameplay for all of these right here as well, right after I'm done explaining. Chimurian is basically just a ban bait as well for the Mental Dojo, and that's basically the team. I'm gonna attach gameplay for at least 3 or 4 dojos and then 2 or 3 dojo repark rebattles as well. So you get the idea that it works everywhere. You just have to follow the simple concept, and as long as you do that, you should be good to go. I will attach a link to Temtem for this team with all the spreads that I have that you can just follow on your own team as well, and you should be good to go. Perfects are not really required, but 50 SP in attack for Tateru would be really appreciated, and HP as well, because that will make him live long and attack harder. Shuin, Pig, Kinu, as I said before, 50 points in HP would be really nice. Defense, special defense would be good as well. Everything else is optional. Valash 50 special attack is all you need. Other than that, you're good to go. But with that being said, if you guys like the content that we are making, then don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment down below to help us with the YouTube algorithm, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you're notified of the new uploads. With that being said, let's jump on to some gameplay and I will talk while I am doing the dojo rematches itself so you get the idea of the team. Alright, so the first dojo we have is Dr. Sasaya. Again, a lot of digital terms, a lot of resetters as well. One ban you should be looking out for is always Nidrasil. It has narcoleptic hit and it sometimes does not die from one shot as well. And the first two turns are the ones where you have to rage up and still you are buffing up, so you don't want the narcoleptic hit. So always ban the Nidrasil. Make sure your tems are ordered in the same way as I have, because you want the top 4 tems to be banned and the bottom 4 to be always picked, So make sure the order is correct. Shuin is always your first pick to make sure that they do not pick any mental tems or anything that can harm the Tateru. Then you pick up the Tateru. Then at this point nothing really matters. You just ban the chunkiest tems that you can. In this case, Waspin, as I said earlier, lives a +8 attack. Tateru's one shot, so you just ban the Waspin. You take the Pick, and again you just pick from bottom all the tems. So you need the bottom 5 if you can get, and it's always a guaranteed win. So again, Fluid Barrier, Rage, pretty straightforward stuff. They will always try to attack the Shuin. Sometimes they will attack the Tateru, but that's about it. So we take that. It's okay. We go with the Fluid Barrier. Into the Rage. So this one attacked the Tateru and it will do some damage for sure, but the Fluid Barrier, the +2 special defense help a little bit. Next up, you do Quad Shield, you do Rage again. So we got our Tateru ready now with +8 attack. So now here's the thing, as I said earlier, you always attack the tem with more stamina with Tateru so that you make sure that the other one is already overexerted, it can't really do anything, right? So in this case, I will almost always attack the Amphitheater. I just need to make sure my Shuin is faster. So it's 198, 190. Shuin is gonna go first. So we just water cannon this and basically Major Slash this. It's almost always worth to never attack the tem with the lower stamina because they will always swap out or overexert themselves. So always attack the one with more stamina. So again, water cannon will go first. It will remove that evasion and then we go ahead with the Major Slash. This is for this scenario, by the way. If there was no Amphitheater under evasion, you could have just sacrificed on turn 3, by the way, and that would have worked just fine. So now if you take a look at this, we will sacrifice here. Both of these tems are full stamina, but you need to know that this one has a reset, which can reset your Tateru on turn 2. You don't want that, so you basically attack this one. So we take the sacrifice in. You go ahead with the Held Anger. Should be one-shotting the Zabian. There it goes. That's 2 tems down. Defibrillate coming in. I guess that did a good chunk of damage still. I would like to take Pick in, but it is inky, so it actually counters both of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put Pick in still so that it just focuses the pig while Tateru can live a little bit more. Because we want Tateru to live more at the end of the day. Normally I would suggest bamboozling Tateru, but since it's double electric, you would bamboozle the Pick and Major Slash one of them out of here. I would do the OB10 because, again, as I said, Inky doesn't have reset, but OB10 does have the reset, so you need to make sure to take care of that. You will attack the OB10 in this case, so it can't reset the Tateru. So Major Slash comes in, hits the OB out. So at this point we bring the Kinu in. Technically, you want the Piggy Pig to live, but sadly, Inky had Paizo up. Can't do much. So again, as I said, Lifeful Sap on Kinu, and this is the turn where we have both of them moves off, right? You can't use them. So this is where you basically rest with the Tateru. Inky will always attack the Kinu. We have it chonky enough that it will not attack. A Lifeful Sap comes in. Kaleidoscope goes on to Tateru, and now at this point Tateru is gonna start healing up. Fire Tornado from Scarab is definitely gonna kill the Kinu here, but that's okay. Matcha comes in, we get all the stamina back, and now we are ready to start one-shotting again. So again, Ice Cubes on this, and we can just go with the Major Slash on this side. Major Slash comes in, it hits the Inky down, and it will be taking it down, and then the same for the Scare Award next turn, and we should be good to go. The whole point is basically to keep the Tateru alive as long as you can. You can drool it, but it already has the Lifeful Sap, so I'll just Revitalize and Held Anger this. Held Anger will be more than enough to take the Scare Award down, so yeah, let's move on to the next dojo. Alright, next up we have Yareni. Let's take a quick look. Very thick team if you ask me. So go ahead and start banning, I guess, with the Cooler because it's really thick. Piggy Pig is banned in this one, which is kind of crazy. So you start with Shumeen as usual. Pick Tateru up. Again, you just need the bottom tems as much as possible. So let's go ahead and ban... what do I ban? I'll ban the mix out, I guess. Mental Tem. Take the Kinu. Take Baboa, and then I guess... Mimit is okay, I guess. Although Mimit is never required, you should always go with Chimorian. I don't know why I picked Mimit. But hopefully we will not get to a part where we actually need to use the Mimit. So let's see how this goes. Again, Fluid Barrier real quick. And Rage. Barrier, Rage for the Gatling coming into Tateru. Kinda interesting. People usually don't attack the Tateru, but that's fine. Pot Shield into Rage again. That's a weird split. He attacked. She attacked last time on the Tateru, this time on Shumeen. But it's AI, it can be random sometimes. Resin Trap should be on Shumeen for sure. Okay, that's a Reactive Vial coming up. Rage comes in again. Okay, at this point, Shumeen is good to sacrifice, and then we go ahead and Major Slash. Remember what I said, do not attack the low stamina, attack the high stamina ones. Because the low one is gonna overexert anyways, you don't bother your energy on it. So let's Major Slash the Luwali out. This should probably one-tap it, I believe. Yes, it does indeed. Noxious Bomb comes in from Valorant, but sadly it will be overexerting as I said earlier. Same thing. Down to 97. Let's bring the Kinu in. Lifeful Sap, Held Anger. It was a heavy armor even, which reduces the damage it takes. Even then it got one shot. Kaleidoscope is up, healing is online now. Just revitalize this Tateru and Major Slash to Valash again. Kinu can probably die, we don't really care at this point, to be honest, it's fine. So Major Slash to Valash. Noxious Bomb possibly coming up from the Valorant here. Okay, Toxic Plume is kinda, it could have been -2 attack if that was Valash in the field. It overexerted for it, so it's completely worth it for us. So I believe I could sacrifice this turn or just swap it out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swap it out and rest on Tateru, because I do not want Tateru to overexert. You will rest and get the matcha proc going for yourself, which is really good. Mimit just apparently became the perfect swap, to be honest. Again, as I said before, just attack the one with more stamina always. So let's go ahead with the Major Slash. Should be one tap. But that is basically it, guys. You get the basic idea of the strategy. Now next I'm gonna do the mental dojo, and I'll show you how it works for the mental dojo itself, because Tateru is not gonna carry the mental dojo. So let's go ahead and take a look at the mental dojo after this. Alright, we are at the mental dojo. Let's take a look. A lot of mental tems, as you can expect. It is supposed to be the mental dojo. I'll just go ahead and ban the mix because it's directly not 2 times weak. So let's ban that up. Chimurian is always the one that will take the first ban as long as you have the order of the temps correct. Start with Valash. Start with Mimit. You don't care anything else after that anymore. Just ban whatever you feel like banning. I'll ban Tentel over here, and then I'll just take Kinu. Babua, Pig. It doesn't really matter. The Valash Mimit should be more than enough to clear it up. I'll quickly show you the strat and how it works. If you want, you can have more stamina on your tems. I've just added some basic spreads that I feel like they're good. But definitely, if you feel like making changes, go ahead and make some changes for your own, and that's completely fine. It's always good to experiment. So double madness buff turn 1, they will usually double swap, and they keep on doing double swapping because it's double Valash on board, and you basically just get to kill anything and everything you want for free. But let's let it happen. I'm not gonna say everything for you guys. It's just I have done so many of rematches every week that I just know by this point how the AI works, and it's very easy to figure out once you know how it works. So double madness buff turn 1 is what you do. Next up, it is simple. You do see spikes. You do see dust on the Valash, and you do see spikes on the Mimit. This is because the Mimit is faster than the Valash in this team, at least for the spreads that I have, or for the Mimit that I had in general. So the first time you attack after the madness buff, you basically do spikes on the Mimit like this. It doesn't kill. Sometimes it kills, sometimes it doesn't, but you want the spikes to go first. So that is done. You get the scavenger up. Now next turn is pretty simple. You flip it around. You basically spikes on the original one and dust on the Mimit. But basically every single turn you will get 1 kill each. So dust comes in. This maybe doesn't kill because of the reactive Vial, but let's see. Okay, that is enough still to kill. Get your scavenger procs. The nick rate kind of doesn't do much damage. I think 10%, maybe 15. Okay, that's fine. Again, do the same thing. Spikes on this one, dust on this one. Make sure you don't overexert. You always want to double attack or keep double attacking as long as you can. So again, spikes comes in. Another one goes down. you get the healing back. Adoro possibly, keep attacking, doesn't really matter, we still resist. So at this point, finally, you know, where you can overexert and it's completely okay. So we're gonna go ahead and spikes the Adoro and Sea Dust the Minotaur. I did Sea Dust because it should still kill 4 times weak. Yep. And we just spikes the Adoro down. Actually, Adoro is more tankier than I thought. So I guess we need to play 2 more turns in this one. So that's fine. So after this, I'm going to include 2 more matches that I'm going to a random dojo park, whichever I select, and do 2 random dojo repark battles, and you can also take a look at how this team does over there. For those who do not know at all, if you do 3 of these matches, you get access to the dojo park at the back, which guarantees you 5% encounters for 100 of them at full odds. You have to pay 1200 for 1 attempt, so make sure you always, you know, do it in 1 try, and when you do all 3 of them, you basically get 1 hot fix as well. So it is really good thing. You should always do 3 of them, even if you don't want the encounters. The 1 hot fix for 4800 pansons is really good thing to have. So let's see. Again, we would usually ban the tankiest tems around, so we ban the Tyrannac because it can disable the traits. With ban Chimurian, you start with Chuin, Tateru. Let's go ahead, and I guess in this case we ban Minotaur just because Minotaur can go ahead and, you know, reset us. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Minotaur is fine. Take the Valash, Pig and Babua. So that's all the times we needed. We have them all in the team. We start, you know, doing the same stuff again that we already did in the rematches. We should be going smooth. So let's go with Fluid Barrier, Rage. Rotten Goo is gonna be a problem. It basically disables the neutral gear, and that is definitely an issue. So let's get the Fluid Barrier up. Rage coming in. Electro Punch on the Shaheen. Let's go with the Quad Shield. Rage again. Go with the Quad Shield. Rage again. Another Electro Punch. Tateru is quite really low on HP. The problem is the nut bar is locked, which is why we can't really do much right now. So I think in this match is where we basically do need our healers to be coming in. So let's just sacrifice here and do a major slash in. I attack the Ragnet because Ragnet has Electro Punch, which is 1 prio. So there's a chance Tateru will go first and kill the Ragnet. So there we go. That goes down. Now you have to put the Kinu in basically if you want the, you know, Tateru to live. You definitely need the Kinu in. But the problem is if Banshee comes in, then that's a big ass problem for us to deal with. And it is not Banshee, which is good for us. So these two are now gonna focus on Kinu 100%. So we will go ahead and basically now do the Lifeful Sap as we talked about before. Lifeful Sap into Held Anger on this slot. Always attack the one with more stamina, as I said. Toxin Shower comes in. Held Anger going out. Token goes down. Even with the burned status, we were able to untap it, which is good for us. Tateru gets a little bit of healing here. Now next up we have a Banshee that made it in. Banshee is a little bit of a problem because Tateru needs to be healed up. I am just gonna rest on this turn and see. Revitalize coming in. Rotten Goo should kill the thing down. And now we can bring in the Valash and we should be good from this point onwards. So basically bring the Valash in now. You see Spike the Banshee, Mages slash the Platimus. So what I'm trying to say is these rematches are gonna be a little bit more harder than the normal ones, because they are all player built tems and they are gonna be difficult. But still you should be able to clear it as long as you follow the strategy. Let's go with the Major Slash again. The rock goes down from 100 to 0. Heal up a little bit again. Crystal Dust. Rest again. Technically I didn't have to rest the other turn, but since I had evasion on Platimus and a Banshee to attack, I didn't want to waste an attack, that's why I didn't attack. Sea Dust again into the Eldanger. This can actually hurt the Tateru if it attacks there, but it doesn't. It goes for the Valash, which means Tateru gets a free shot. And that's the first match. I'm just gonna stick here and let's go for the second match here as well. It's going to be Arkham Knight. Let's take a look at Mr. Arkham Knight's team. Okay, so he has a mid-range team as well. I think we banned the Goldsy because it disables the items and you do not want that to happen. It always has a diffuser in PvP. Always remember to ban Goldsy for betterment of your health, I guess. Shui and Tateru would be the opener for us. As usual, we go ahead and ban Electrics because they cause trouble for the Pig Epic. So let's take Pig Epic next. Kinu after that, and then I guess we can just follow it up with the Valash or Chim, I guess whichever works. I guess Chim is fine because both of them are weak to the front whip. And let's go into this. So let's Flute Barrier Rage. Helicopter kick is kind of very annoying and picky at the same time. It's so much like, you know, just tickling you, tickling the Tateru slowly down. Nutrition bar was really good before, but now it's no more an item, so it's kind of annoying. You don't have it anymore. You go ahead with the quad shield, go ahead another rage. Damn, it is hard focusing the Tateru, which is kind of bad for us. We don't want that. Okay, we take the rage coming in. Sacrifice into Major Slash. And another helicopter kick, kinda annoying, but nothing we can do. So let's get the sacrifice in. Now we need to make sure we give the Acronox a reason to attack the other slot, because we do not want it to attack the Tateru at all. Tateru needs to be saved here no matter what. So I think if we have Kinu in the back, I think we do, then we put the Kinu in, because it will give Acronox a reason to attack Kinu in this particular situation. Both of them are gonna attack the Kinu, so you just Life-Full Sap into Eldanger one of them down. So I think we take the Tulkin down, even though I know that you should attack the one with more stamina, but it is gonna Toxin Shower and get evasion, so I would have wasted an attack if I attacked over there, and I don't want to do that, right? That's why we didn't attack that. Again, Kinu just died, but it's okay. in the long run it still gives us good value. Tateru lives another turn, which is fine for us. So we just need to give another sacrifice tem for Acronox to attack. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Chim in there this time. I believe Acronox would still attack the Chim and not the Tateru. Let's hope for that. Let's Major Slash to move flying down. Ooh, it actually went for the Tateru, kinda rough. So we get the move flying down. And next up we have Ukama. So I'm going to go ahead and front whip the Ukama while swapping the Tateru out for the pig, because we want the Tateru to stay alive now. To finish the match for us later on. And the toxic shower is coming back and forth pretty much. So we go with the front whip. I guess we just sharp leaf and bamboozle ourselves. Ooh, that venom spread is gonna hurt a lot, but it lives, which means the bamboozle is basically gonna remove the poison here. I think it overexerted as well, so this turn I can bring in the Tateru if I want safely. So basically bring in the Tateru and do a quick chain heal, I guess. So chain heal comes in, Tateru gets the heal back up. And the Diabolo procs, it's back to half HP. We are looking good to go. Major Slash enough to one-shot this. But that would be the guide, guys. I hope you guys get the idea of this team. It's 100% guaranteed against all the dojo rematches, but for dojo repark battles, you need to be a little bit careful. You need to play smartly. It will test your limits with this team and it will make you adapt to the situations as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like it, please share it with your friends. More guides are coming up regarding all the activities from Taimur's Paradise, including Safari Guide, how to get consistent feathers and everything else coming straight up in the upcoming days as well. So if you want to be up to date, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you are notified of every new video that I would upload. I also stream on Twitch every single day, so if you have any questions that you would like to ask real time, then don't forget to come drop by on my Twitch, drop a hi, and let's have a chit chat over there. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care and stay safe.